you met a Liverpool side who were on top of their game last week. Chelsea have had a couple of indifferent results. So is this a good time to be facing them this weekend?
I wouldn't say it's a good time. You know, it is the time to face them because the calendar says that. So, no, we're serious about what we want to do, where we want to go, and it's another game. It's our own stadium, and we want to perform and make sure that we give them a good game.
Psychologically, how important is it for your side to pick up 3 points ahead of the international break?
Well, it's important to pick up points every game. You know, we tried to do that against Arsenal, we tried to do that against Liverpool. That wasn't to be. You know, it was difficult during the game simply because our circumstances changed through a couple of decisions in both games. But we had to cope. We didn't come out of it very, very well as far as conceding goals, but you know, we have another opportunity with 11 men to start with on Saturday against Chelsea. Hopefully we'll stay with that and we can be competitive.
Is that worry the number of goals you've conceded, or do you put it down to the fact that you've had men sent?
No, you don't want to concede goals. You know, it's massively important that you perform and you do your duties well. You know, in the circumstances of those two games, at certain times of the game, we weren't far away from being competitive and our structure was good. Once you lose the man, obviously, then against two informed teams as they were, then they are going to expose your weaknesses, and it's definitely a weakness, 10 v 11 in this level of football.
Got the international break coming up. How confident are you that your future will be resolved during that break?
I'm always confident that my future will be resolved. There's a lot of speculation out there, I believe. My own press officer keeps bringing me the odd detailed report as to what I'm supposed to be thinking and what I'm supposed to be doing. My side of things are we're still talking, and we'll continue to talk until we can resolve the situation. It's as simple as that.
What needs to be resolved?
What needs to be resolved is the terms of the deal. It keeps changing. 1 minute I think I've got something and the club are happy with it, and then the next minute it changes. So it's just a case of thinking about all these new changes that are on the table and coming to a decision.
Did you have a meeting with the owner this week, and is the takeover still an issue? I don't
know where the takeover is. You know, I don't know whether there is one or whether it's moved further forward or away. I don't know. I had a cup of coffee and a cake on Tuesday, which was very good, very positive, really good signs. We look forward to our working relationship really going forward. And then a couple of days later, a couple of things changed, and we're here now.
That must be a big frustration for you, though.
No more frustrating than losing 5 and losing 4. It's something that has to be sorted out, and it will get sorted out.
Sam Allardyce has lost his job as the England manager this week. You've known Sam over the years. Do you have a lot of sympathy for him in the sense that obviously it was a dream job for him?
Yeah, I think he made it perfectly clear that it was the lifetime job that he always wanted. It is a shame in a way that it comes to an abrupt halt. You know, he's very experienced, a guy with a lot of football experience, and he's suffered the consequences of his actions. So, you know, it's something that is in the game at the moment. There's always things to be aware of and beware of, and there's always a story to tell. So we have to be on our guard at all times, because these things reveal themselves at times, and they're not nice.
Do you think corruption within the game is a real problem?
Corruption's a very strong word, you know, and it has a lot of consequences to that. I think what is happening at the moment is there are revelations being made on a daily basis. There has to be some proof behind all those. I think there has to be some acceptance of managers, coaches, people in football's responsibilities, and I think the powers that be will deal with that. Be it at club level, be it at international level, they will eventually deal with it and move on.
Is it something you speak to your players, not just here but previously, to alert them to the possible dangers that they've got to be on their guard?
Well, I think you've got to be on your guards simply because day-to-day life in football now is out there in all sorts of different forms of media. So we have to be careful what we say, we have to be careful what we do. Sometimes it's not the ideal scenario that you find yourself in. I'm sitting in front of you now talking to you about certain things that I can comment on and I can't comment on. It's very difficult. We're told to speak to you. Sometimes it's not a personal preference, I'm sure, by people in football, but we have to do it. So we try to be as honest as we possibly can. And then the devil's in the detail, you know. It's up to you to find the story and go with it. It's just part of the game. It's a difficult one, but if there is any issues in the game and they do come out and they are proven, then I'm sure all the powers that be will deal with them.
A slightly easier one to finish for me. Ryder Cup this weekend, will you be watching?
I won't be watching, no. I used to like golf, I used to play a bit of golf, but then time became short, and it's the way I play golf anyway. It takes a long time to get round the course. No, I won't be watching. I'll have other things to be focusing my attention on.